Hello, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz and I will be guiding you on this journey today. I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of struggling just with like wanting to talk out loud. I don't know what that is all about. Like I just have not been feeling like using words. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Obviously, if it's posted, then it went well. Okay. We have the Daughter of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't know if you guys were able to see kind of how that came out. Okay, there's way too many. Way too many. We just want like one more. So if we could just kind of condense it down into one card. All right. 2, 9 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. Let me make sure everything is... Oh yeah, we got plenty of room. Okay. Look at all these pentacles out here too. Definitely, just a focus on the bag, focused on your money, focused on your time, your energy, your health too. All things pentacles, right? I mean, we can just kind of cover the whole realm of pentacles, and then we'll talk about each individual card and the energy of it. But yeah, so our money, how we get it, how we spend it, how we save it, also our time and our energy, right? Like our physical time and our physical energy. How are we investing those things? Where are we spending those things? And thanks to good old capitalism, that's usually what we use in exchange for money, right? So that, and then, like I said, your physical body, your health, literally, I mean, anything tangible, anything you can touch, anything that you place worth and value on as well. So that is all things pentacles. It's earth energy too. So there's a practical aspect to that. And we start with the Daughter of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles. And I see the Page of Pentacles as being the apprentice. It's like being the newbie at something. It's starting a new job. There would have been like already an offer made for the most part with pages, because it's like they already have the ace of whatever element they're representing. So, it could be even getting into a new field. It could be deciding to start school or, just researching something, taking a course. And in this card, right, like there's already this seed that has sprouted here. So that's kind of what I mean, right? Like there's already something that you have been putting your energy into potentially that has already sprouted here. And even just, with this person's body language, like they have their hand out like that, it almost gives me this feeling of like, what am I going to do with this? Or even to like, what do I have here? You could even be deciding what you want to do with the skills that you do have. Like, how can you bring all those things together, your experience, your skills, your education, experience, all of those things, right? Like you have all of that. So it's like, what can you do with it? Right? Or even too, like, how does that fit into, maybe the industry that you want to get into, or also too, even just the recognition that you do have these skills, experience, knowledge. Like you have something to pull from, transferable skills. How many times have I said skills already? That probably more in the last 2 minutes than like in the last year. um Also, even too, because I'm just sitting here like staring at this card, and also even getting grounded in order to even do so. Like, um, because again, like I'm just looking at the way that she's sitting here. And then of course, the earth or the soil literally like on the bottom of the card. Um, so even the potential of needing a grounding practice, or even that grounding practice could help you organize, like organize your thoughts, your intentions, you know? And then we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Eight of Pentacles talks about practice and like muscle memory is usually how I see the Eight of Pentacles, because it is about repeating something in order to master it. It's also recognizing that you have to practice something in order to become a master at it. It's like, finding the right formula, which takes a lot of trial and error, right? Um, but there's this like mastery element to the Eight of Pentacles. And again, like it does take your time, your resources, materials, right? Like investing money potentially into yourself, into your craft, whatever it is. With the goal, of course, of getting better or even learning something different, or learning beyond like what your current knowledge is, like continuing education type of energy. And that it's in the reverse, like, I don't shuffle reversals into my decks. Like I think it's just I think it's an OCD thing that like I just cannot handle cards going two separate ways or two different ways. But if they come out in the reverse, we honor that. So reversals can sometimes mean the opposite of what the upright meaning is, or it can also represent, or they can also represent internal work. Because I don't feel that this Eight of Pentacles is reverse in the sense of, I mean, it certainly can be. I'll just say it. Of course, the reversed meaning would be either struggling in some aspect, not practicing, not repeating an action, like not going through the trial and error process. I mean, it can be, did I say, like, it can be a period of struggle, even maybe too, like, just struggling to um, find the thing that you want to master, you know? Which also I feel like takes some trial and error too, because I know we don't have any wands out on the table, but it does take trying things in order to figure out if you even like the thing. Do you like doing it? Are you making enough money doing it? Is it in alignment with your skill level? Are you stimulated enough, right? Like all of the things. And it does take trying them in order to see, you know? But like I said, like with this card in the reverse, like I immediately, when I first flipped it over, I immediately heard climbing, which is interesting because my current hyperfixation has been on Mount Everest and K2. Like, oh my gosh. I feel like I'm kind of nearing the end. You know what I also never said? Um I'm like, stick a pin in it. I never said that this is a reading for the 2-4 human design profile, the hermit opportunist. And if you don't know your human design profile, there is a link in the description for you to get your human design body graph. And then your profile will be listed on there. And of course, you don't have to know a single thing about human design for these messages to be for you, because it's not meant to be educational or anything. Like I try to keep, I didn't even remember to say that this was 2-4 human design reading. So I try not to use like a ton of human design language just so the message doesn't get confused or lost. Um, but like not every 2-4 is a Aries, or not every 2-4 is Cancer, whatever. So it's just meant to be an additional avenue or an additional source of information or to receive a message. So definitely be sure to check out your zodiac sign readings. Those are all up. But yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. I mean, holy crap. See? That's okay. So Mount Everest and K2. Yeah, like I said, like I'm like, you know, I cannot get enough. I've watched so many YouTube videos on both of those things. I feel like my hyperfixation is like nearing its end though, because it's like there's only so much. Okay, a yawn out of nowhere. There's really only so much content out there, you know. So like I said, like I just kind of, and I feel that way because of this bee here. And obviously with the card being in the reverse, the bee is going up. It's honeycomb versus if it were to be upright, right? Like it's coming down towards this opening in the honeycomb. Either way though, I mean, this could feel like an uphill battle for you, or, because, like, what does that even mean? An uphill battle? It means, either just feeling challenged or again, even struggling. Maybe even just, did I say it already? Like kind of trying to like find your thing. And I just kind of feel like this opening here in the honeycomb because there's, 4 pentacles on each side that, would, that are opening for this portal or whatever you want to call it here. So, it's like trying to find even like your niche or like trying to find the thing that you do. And again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I have to now because I had, whatever. Um Even like waiting for, looking for the right opportunity here to open for you. And I mean, just like bees too, right? It's like you are working. It's not like you're just, being passive or inactive, right? Like you are doing things, you are trying things, you are, like practicing, or, maybe you've been on a ton of interviews, which comes down to practice too, right? I mean, even just getting comfortable with interviews and learning more about yourself, about the jobs that you're applying for, hopefully also like getting clearer in what you want, like what the end goal is, what would be the ideal position for you. So again, right? I mean, again, the ideal position would be with this portal or, the um universe, or that almost kind of looks like the star to me there in the middle, which is hopes and dreams, trusting the process, faith. It's also even, following your North Star. And I also kind of love how, and I haven't ever really honed in on this before. I don't know if it's going to be able to be, seen on the camera. I can't see the screen, but the eyes here of this bee are like blue and like white in the middle, and it just seems to be reflecting this portal here, right? I'm just gonna keep calling it a portal. Opening, doorway, opportunity, whatever it is. So it's like there is a goal here. There is even a manifestation, right? Like if you are trying to manifest a thing, it's like you have it in your eye, you have it in your sights. And also to me, just because we're going off the image on this card, this bee is almost there. So whatever you have been manifesting, nurturing, growing, learning, right? I mean, like I'm kind of going back to this Page of Pentacles over here. Even just categorizing, or what's the word I'm looking for? Inventorying, or because like I was talking about just recognizing all of the skills that you have and how can you use those in a way that is in alignment with you. And maybe it's in a different field, maybe it's in the same field, maybe it's the type of company that you work for, or even like their mission, like whatever it is. There, it seems like between these 2 cards, and we kind of know that based on the next 2 cards, that you are getting more clear, and that opportunity is getting closer. Because too, like, you could be starting to be really choosy on the things that you apply for, or the interviews that you accept, or like that type of thing. The instructors, for courses that you take, like, maybe you're doing a bit more research on them personally and their, um, I was going to say mission, but like their philosophy on things. Again, just being more intentional, more conscious of where you're putting your energy, where you're making your money from, that type of thing. And like I said, right, like it seems like things are all coming together because we have the Nine of Cups with the Three of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. Cups have to do with our emotions, how we feel about things, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about the people in our lives, what we're doing. Love, right? In our relationship to love, how do we give it? But more importantly, how do we receive it? How do we show love to ourselves? Self-care, right? Which can literally, I mean, it could be going to get a massage or mani-pedi, or, you know, um, getting a latte or a sweet treat, whatever. It can also be saying no. It could be allowing yourself rest and to completely unplug. It could be, coloring something creative, like a craft, or reading. Truly, it's anything to where the intention behind it is taking care of your own needs. And nines are individual completion. So that's why I'm like focusing on you because the nines are focused on us as individuals. So this is a wish coming true. This is feeling your desires met. This is feeling purposeful and fulfilled. And it's paired with the Three of Pentacles, which is collaboration, working with others. It's, we can see these three ants on here, and they're all kind of working together here. There's this ant hill with all of these, little tunnels and stuff in it. And all of these ants worked together. So this could even be, of course, like I said, right over here. It's finding that perfect position to where you fit in perfectly and they fit you perfectly too. I always kind of think of like a group project, but but uh it's the type of group project where, because what is a group project, right? Like there's one common goal or subject, whatever. Everybody has parts and pieces that they are responsible for researching, writing, compiling information on, whatever. Um, but it's all for the common goal. And with the Three of Pentacles, everybody does actually do their work. And again, right? I mean, it's like everybody has a certain skill, and it just all really works well together. There's trust there too. And also, even, like I said, with the Nine of Cups, I mean, being very individual to you. But with it being paired with the Three of Pentacles, it's like everybody experiences their own Nine of Pentacles. And that's possible because, like maybe you're that missing link type of thing. Like, it doesn't have to be 3 people. It could be more. It could be, I mean, not much less, right? It could be like 2. Um, but just in the sense of everybody works well together. It's like a well-oiled machine here. And even too, like, again, you getting clear on what that is for you, and that it will show up here. Like, you're literally right there. 2 steps away, if that. So definitely keep going. Definitely keep, just honing in on what the 9 of Cups is for you, what this opportunity would look like for you, what even, collaborating, working with others, like what that would even look like for you too. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. And of course, if you're still here, thank you so much for being here. And I would love it if you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It, of course, helps me grow, and it helps you to push these videos out so that more people can see them. Like the video, comment, save it. All those things are free ways for you to support me and the channel. And I am grateful for anything. I'm just glad that you're here, shit. And we have the Tower at the bottom of the deck. And then the Daughter of Wands behind that. Okay, just wanted to... For some reason, I cannot get it through my head that, like, there's still plenty of room in the camera frame thingy. So, with the Tower card, that's Mars. Mars is in Scorpio, which I think the modern or traditional, is it traditional? Yeah, the traditional ruler of Scorpio is Mars, but um it's interesting because, like the Tower card is like sudden change and upheaval. I mean, we can see that this lightning strike is literally hitting either a tent or a little A-frame house, like in the middle of the woods, and there's like literally a wildfire going on in the background. Like, there's a lot of chaos here, and this doesn't necessarily feel negative, but there is going to be, because it's out here, there's going to be some kind of sudden shakeup. That could motivate you. Also, like with the Tower card, it is only going to affect the things that are no longer serving us. So it can be uncomfortable, it can be chaotic. However, though, again, the only things that will be affected by the Tower are those things that are no longer serving us. And life has this way of giving us multiple opportunities to make these decisions for ourselves. Like, to recognize the energy of something is just not serving us anymore, or like we're taking things out of fear, like we're accepting things out of fear. And again, like, once it's kind of clear that we're just not really gonna take the message, that's when a Tower moment happens. Resistance will make it worse, or just worse in the sense of more uncomfortable. Acceptance that something is leaving your life, will help it move along faster. Because truly, the more that I look at this card, I mean, literally, all this shit is going up in literal flames. Like, there's going to be nothing left. But at the same time, like, it's very necessary. Also, I even think of like timelines collapsing. Like, if a lot of us are waiting for closure, or just have a specific idea of how we want things to happen in our lives, or like we want it to look a certain way and then we would notice it, type of thing, right? Like, and sometimes that's just not how it works, right? So again, like, that's kind of what I mean by like, like collapsing or closing timelines is kind of making those things not available. It's literally, like the door being shut, and that's just how it is, type of vibe. Like, well, I want to know why, or I want to, try again, or whatever, No. No. I love, though, that we have the Daughter of Wands behind it, though. And all of these, like, fireworks in here, because I do think that it is, whatever this tower is, it is going to make you feel more motivated. Wands have to do with actions, the motivation behind the actions that we take, creativity, passion. I know I was talking about earlier about trying things. That's literally taking action towards something. And also, wands are information by way of experience. Like I was saying, we have to try things in order to figure out if we like them, if it works or not. Do we want to keep doing that or not? And pages, or the Page of Wands, it really is like trying for the sake of trying. There's an adventure quality to it. There's a curiosity to it. It's almost too, like, just kind of figuring out how things work and having that curiosity about it, not necessarily being attached to it, but you know what, I'm trying this, and because it's an interest to me, I feel drawn to it. It's sparking something in me, so I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it as long as that curiosity is there. And truly, I mean, this tower could literally just be the motivation that you need. It just might come from fear. It might come from uncertainty, or again, just something changing suddenly. And that, like, jump starts something for you. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. And I'm glad that we got through it. I will talk to you soon. Bye.